What's up, y'all? James of P2F Fighting. Let's get into this. So, this question is in my martial art, a group that I'm a contributor to, and the person who asked it is Nick. Oh man, I'm gonna tear this up. Mangaserav. Really hope I didn't kill your name, bro. Sorry if I did. But anyway, the question is, what are the benefits of training with a southpaw stance as an Orthodox fighter? All right, Nick, it's your day. So, what are the benefits of training with a southpaw stance as an Orthodox fighter? As far as benefits go, I mean, it's just learning how southpaw fighters fight because they're very rare compared to how many Orthodox fighters you're going to run into. You're not going to nearly run into as many southpaw fighters, but if you can train both ways, maybe it helps you become ambidextrous. So you can. I'm gonna use boxing as an example because I had a coach uh, some years ago named Bob Watkins at Winner's Choice Boxing Gym who established me as a right hand fighter. But then after a while, we worked both ways, and I tried to do some southpaw stuff. And then when I came out here to California, I did that as well. I did it again, and just learning how a southpaw fighter fights is important for your game, especially if you want to go pro in any style. It's always good to learn because when you finally cross a southpaw fighter, if you have never fought a southpaw or trained with one, it becomes real awkward. So because you're mirroring each other, and then it's just about getting your foot to the outside of their foot so you can throw your power punch easier. What I was taught, whether that's true or not now, was whenever you fight a southpaw, you throw straight rights and left hooks, and you just keep your foot to the outside so you can throw that right, and you throw a hook, or you get out, or you go out the side. And that's your main focus, throwing straight rights and left hooks. And so, but that's just for boxing. For MMA, it would be different, and for any kickboxing style, I mean, the philosophy is still the same, but the strikes would be different. Um, but yeah, it's always good to know how both sides work. And then one of the big advantages is if you can learn how to fight as a southpaw, then you can switch it up on your opponent because most opponents won't know how to fight that way. Most opponents only train with orthodox fighters. So if you learn how to fight as a southpaw, there are some fighters that are orthodox but prefer to have their power hand in the front. Um, I believe Miguel Cotto was a fighter like that. He preferred to have his power hand in the front because he wanted to have a crispy, strong jab that would bust you up. He'll bust you up with his jab and not even care as much about his power hand because he'll effectively just bump you up with his jab and his lead hook. And so there are fighters that train both ways and then they prefer to have their power hand in the front. So basically, learning how to fight with a southpaw stance just opens up your area of effectiveness. If you train just one way, I always believe in training as many ways as possible, in many styles as possible. So training orthodox and southpaw gives you options, especially if you can become ambidextrous where you can jab and throw your power hand with both hands. If you've got knockout power in both hands, then you can fight on both sides and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you've just created a real problem for your opponents because if you have an opponent that's dinging you up one way and you switch it up in the middle of the fight, they might not know what to do, but you do because you train that way. So it really just expands your arsenal, your encyclopedia of fighting, expands your expands your weapons, makes you more dangerous because you know two sides instead of just one. But that's what I got for you. Uh, any other questions? Leave them for me. I love answering these questions. Anyway, there you go, Nick. Like and subscribe. Holla at your boy.